Did your brothers influence you?
Oh yeah, I wanted to be just like them. They were my heroes. We all had a bit of a rough go with just growing up, and so we all clung together, and I just wanted to make them proud, and I wanted to be like them. I wanted to dress like them and listen to their music, and it was hard because they were so much older than me, so they all had each other. So I was kind of like an only child, and also because they grew up and then left so early. So when they were all going to college, I was still in like middle school or something.
Wow, yeah.
And so I had a very different upbringing. They also have memories of my parents still being together, and my parents weren't together when I was born, and so it was like, whoa, we talk about our childhood. I mean, every time we get together, it ends up with all of us just like getting a little wine drunk and like crying about, you experience that too. Like it's just like comparing notes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But all of us together, we stuck so close together, and they were like my best friends.
That's beautiful.
It was really cool.
Despite the age gap, staying that close together.
The credit, like they always want to protect me and baby me a bit and kind of make me feel young, but they never made me feel like I wasn't cool enough to be around them, or like they included me in everything. And I didn't realize that like other siblings didn't do that. So like when they all got their license, they all separately took me out to ice cream. The first thing they wanted to do was take me out to ice cream in their car, just us alone. And they're like, that's so cool.
That's so
like
big.
Those memories like that are so specific. Like my brother Trevor, I remember, would put me on a pillow, like one of the cushions in the couch, and put me on the pillow on top, and then like fly me around the house and give me magic carpet rides. Like, yeah, like, when I couldn't sleep, like my brothers would literally sleep in my crib with me or on the floor next to me. Like they were my best friends. It was so cool.
Angels.
Yeah.
I feel like you never hear that story from brothers. It's always like, they beat me up and they stink.
Yeah. I think that because it was so rough in our house, they all just collectively decided like, we've got her,
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated that. My brother just moderated my show last night. So I got to introduce him, and nobody knew who it was. It's a surprise every time for each guest. And I got to like hype him up to the crowd and say, he's like an amazing father and brother and son. And most importantly, he's my brother. And so welcome Trevor Jones. And we got to talk, and he just was looking at me the whole time. Like there's like a crowd full of people just there for me and like giving me a standing ovation when he comes out. And I'm like, Trevor's like, I can't believe this is happening. Like you're my baby sister and this is happening. And we cried so many times. Like every time he tried to tell me he was proud, I was like, you have to stop. Like we're not going to make it through this show, Trev. Yeah. And he's so funny, and like my sense of humor is from them. And yeah.
Oh,
so I like them a lot.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you see that dynamic with your sons?
Yes. And it's the most beautiful thing to watch. They're just getting to the point now where Oliver, he's 2. So I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my 2-year-old can like, he's not talking yet, but he understands what's going on. And so if you say anything, he totally gets it. And so they talk to each other, but he babbles, and August like wants to give him hugs and kisses all the time. Like they cuddle on the couch and watch TV. And it's just like, I just want that dynamic in them so bad. And I'm like, I made their best friends. I made you 2, and now you're friends, and I made you guys. It's so cool. I love it so much.
That's
They're
awesome.
the sweetest. They also wrestle. Really, they're very strong. Toddlers are so, however strong you think they are, stronger. They're like twice as strong. Like truly. And August has like an incredible arm, and I'm like, you're going to play baseball for sure one day.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
So you'll be putting him into sports?
If he wants to. I don't want to be that parent that's like, you've got to pick something, I felt that pressure. And then when I wasn't good at it, I felt like I just had to stay in it because I had to pick something. And I get that, like wanting to make sure your kids like are well-rounded or have an activity, but like, I want that to be their choice because that's a lot of pressure. Honestly, if you could just make it through, you're good. Pass high school, get C's. I don't really.
You did it.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, you're happy.
Yeah. There was so much pressure, and I was like such a bad student, dude. I had really bad ADHD. I was undiagnosed at the time as autistic, but now looking back, like that system was not built for me in any way. And I just was made to feel really dumb. And if one person would have given me permission to be like, you just have to pass. Like my childhood and my time in school would have been a lot smoother. And so I think I want to find a way to incorporate that like release of pressure in my house so that they know that it's like all good if they're anything like me when they grow up.
Navigating common girlhood rituals was tricky and anxiety ridden for you.
Yes.
How did you get yourself through it enough that you are who you are today? What was your method?
Doing it scared. I didn't have I'm not learning any of the like makeup and hair stuff until I was in my 30s. That's kind of when I realized I would like to know how to do all of this stuff. I think that because I grew up with brothers, I felt like awkward dressing like girly. I don't know what girly even means, but just like doing my hair and learning makeup and all that. But I think when I didn't feel like I fit in or when I was anxious, it's a story in the book, but I had a little magic 8-ball keychain named Lucy, and she quite literally made so many of my decisions for me. And I would just shake her and ask her if I should go to this sleepover or if I should hang out with this person. And I would do what she told me to do. And I had her until I was like a junior in high school, and she got sold in a little box of trinkets at a garage sale, and I didn't know. And devastating. Yeah, devastating. And then the iPhone came out shortly after that. And then they had the app, like the Magic 8-Ball app. But I didn't have any service ever, or like data. So like I would write in my notes app like things to ask like my digital Lucy. There was a Starbucks across the street from our high school. So I'd go and connect to the Wi-Fi and ask her questions when I needed to. But I stopped doing that because I didn't have time to do that most of the time. And so I kind of learned how to make those decisions for myself. And Lucy genuinely like taught me how to be brave. That sounds really silly, but like I learned that I could do things scared because this little Magic 8-Ball told me to, not because I felt like I could.
I'm obsessed with that accidentally breaking and keep saying like yes to things. Yes. You have to keep doing things. You're like, son of a bitch, fine. Yeah. You just become better. That's awesome.
Because if it was up to me, I would have missed out on so much. And like, I would have just said no out of fear. And I've tried really hard in my life to like not make decisions out of fear. And it was really cool that this little plastic Magic 8-Ball helped me do that.